So this morning we'll have the theme of building an objective relationship to our own body or to the yoga position. So when we do yoga, we can regard our own body as an object. And it means that we, so to speak, step outside it and start to view it as if we're looking at our body from outside. We're looking at it in a more objective way. And Heinz Grill describes in a recent article that he's written on his website how this can have a very calming but also strengthening effect on the nervous system. So we'll see if we can experience that. We're going to do a few exercises that have a very clear form. And because they have a clear form, it becomes easier to observe them in this very objective way. So let's start in a standing position. So we're going to pay particular attention to the form that each position makes. Let's start in the standing half moon, and we'll build a very narrow form. You can bring your legs so that they're drawn close together. And then we want to grow and lengthen from the solar plexus center here. And you can take the arms up and you can picture the form lengthening from the solar plexus up through the upper spine and flowing up through the arms. And you can form a clear point with your fingertips, bringing the fingertips together. And let's just stand for a few moments, really observing this form of the body. The feet are firmly on the ground. The legs are drawn together in a narrowness. We have that lifting and that growth from the middle of the body. And then the body flows upwards. It continues to flow upwards to this point of the fingertips. Let's take the hands down. Let's form this forward bend, standing head to knee position, gliding out. Once again, a very clear form, long legs, lengthening out through the spine. And we can try as far as possible to come into a triangular form. It's like a right angle triangle. We've got the ground, the legs forming the right angle, and then the body and the arms forming the diagonal. Let's relax down again. Let's make these two forms again. The idea is not just to make the forms, but also to perceive the forms, to be aware of them. Narrowness with the legs, lengthening from the middle, gliding up through the spine to the fingertips, a narrow, flowing, graceful form. Once again, coming down into the standing head to knee position. And think of this right angle triangle with the ground. The long legs still together. And then the diagonal line of your back and your arms. Relax, swing up. Once again into the standing half moon, narrowness with the legs. Growing from the solar plexus center. That line that reaches up to that narrow point of the fingertips. And then take the hands down by your sides and we'll come into another form of vertical line. Let's just stand and again perceive quite clearly that vertical line from the heels up to the top of the head. Okay, let's come into the sun prayer then. We've got an alternation between open forms and closed forms. And let's think that the forms that we make are all going to be long. Each form, it's a long form that we're making and we're observing ourselves. Hands together. Take the arms up, a long form, flowing upwards through the arms, really good length. Take the hands down. Let's make a really long form in this forward bend. Hands by the feet now, right foot back. Let's make a long form both with the legs, and then another long form up through the back to the fingertips. Then come into the plank. Let's again make sure that this form is really clear and that we can feel it as such. Take the knees down, chest and face down, opening into the cobra. A curled form. Now a triangular form in the downward dog. Your bottom forms the tip of the triangle. Take the right foot forward. Let's make a long form through the legs and another long arched form from the base of the spine all the way up to the fingertips. Good opening of the chest. Step forward with the other foot. Lengthen far out forwards, this right angled triangle again. Relax, swing up. Legs draw together and grow up to the fingertips. Take the hands by your sides. Hands together. Rise up. Grow. Take the hands down, a good lengthened form, right angled triangle. Hands by the feet, left foot back. Good long form through the legs. Long form up to the fingertips. Plank, good firm line. Knees down, chest and face down. Cobra, arched form. Now a triangular form, downward dog. Long, rise up with your bottom to make the tip of the triangle. Left foot forward. Long leg arch. And a long back and arm arch. Step forward with the right foot. Reach out forwards. Relax and swing up. Legs drawn together and grow. And take the hands by your sides, a vertical line. Let's repeat. Let's do another round. A little bit faster this time, but still really making sure that we perceive the forms, not only do them, but as if we're watching ourselves from outside. So our theme is objective observation, or building an objective relationship to the body with its different forms. Come into the plank. Knees, chest and face down. Cobra. Triangle. The half moon form, right foot forward. Left foot forward. The right angle triangle in the standing head to knee position. And then swing up. The half moon form. And the vertical line. And once again, a centered form. A long growing form. Come down and make the right angle triangle. Hands by the feet, left foot back. Good arch with the legs. And another arch with the back in the half moon. Then the firm straight line with the plank. The knees down, chest down, slide along the ground and arch up into this curled cobra form. Then downward dog, triangular form. Bottom forming your tip of the triangle, left foot forward. Long space between the legs and an arched form into the half moon. And then the right foot forward and glide out in front. Relax again, swing up in a flowing form into that long, graceful line, opening the chest and the vertical line with the arms. Good. So we'll come to the next movement with a very clear form, and this is the scales. With the scales, we could say we make the form of a T. Vertical line with the leg, horizontal line with the body. Let's take the right foot forward. And let's take the arms up above the head. And let's build this long line that's going to become the horizontal line eventually in the scales, right up to the fingertips, and actively back into your heel. And let's just really pause and build up that stretch and see not only that we're doing it, but that we're also perceiving it or feeling that lengthening through the back of the whole body. The breath flows. The head is relaxed. If the head is relaxed, we can more easily perceive in this objective way. Come back down again. Let's do that preparatory movement on the other side. Take a step forward with the left foot. Take the arms up. So make sure the breath is flowing freely and the head is relaxed so that we have that calm, objective, observing attitude. Now we can lengthen, growing back into the heel and upwards through the spine. And we clearly feel that tension building up through that back of the body. We feel that firmness building up. And then release again, come down. Let's come into the actual scales now. Take the right foot forward. Take the arms up. Once again, in the same way, make sure that your head is relaxed. Your breath is flowing freely. And build up that tension through the back of the body into your heel, into your fingertips. Eventually, you can take the back foot off the ground. We build in even more tension. And then come into the scales. Long horizontal line. Keep breathing. And then return. Take the foot forward and replace it next to the other foot. Stretch up again. And then take the hands down once again into this vertical line, hands by your sides. Other side, take the left foot forward. Take the arms up. Make sure the head is relaxed, the breath is flowing. Build up that tension through the back of the body, growing into your back, heel, upwards through the spine, into the arms and the hands. Free breath, and then come into the scales. And make this good firm line. Return again. Foot comes forward. Replace it next to the other foot, lengthening up. And take the hands down. Let's come forward into the standing head to knee position once again. As before, let's think of this right angle triangle. We've got the floor and the legs forming the right angle, and we've got the diagonal that goes from the base of your spine at your sacrum all the way through the back, the shoulders, the arms, right to the fingertips. Then relax again, come back up and grow. And take the hands down into this vertical line once again. So for the next position, you can lie on your back. I'm going to do another movement with a very clear form, triangular form again. This is the lying triangle, lying on your back. So start making a horizontal line with your body. Spine is a straight line, the legs are together, and we can clearly feel this horizontal form from the heels all the way through to the top of the head. Then we can raise the right leg. Now, to make the forms really clear, we need to lengthen through both legs. You can grow through the right leg, but also with the left leg along the ground. Try to avoid tipping out sideways with your left foot. And then we can finish off the triangle. You can point towards your foot, or you can take hold of the leg with your hand. Or if possible, you can even grow a bit further and take hold of the foot with your hand. Let's just pause to perceive this triangular form. Base is the back. We've got a long side of the triangle with the leg. And a slightly shorter side with the arm. The head is relaxed, so we can observe freely. Come back down. Be aware of that horizontal line along the ground and change to the other side. Raise the left leg, grow through that left leg and also through the right leg. Reach up with the left hand, take hold of the foot if you can, or one of the other options. So let's perceive the triangle, the back on the ground, the long stretched out leg, and the arm, which is not pulling, it's just in a gentle straightness. Come back down again. Let's perceive once again this horizontal line along the ground. The breath is relaxed and free. Once again, raise the right leg. Grow actively through both legs. Reach gently up with the arm. Finish off the triangular form. And then pause so that you can perceive that form. The base, the two sides, the point at the top. Come back down. And change over to the other side. Raise the left leg. Grow actively into both legs and then gently up with the hand. Perceive the form. Come back down again. Just relax. Just pause for a moment. So Heinz-Gill writes in his article that this objective perceiving of the body has a calming and strengthening effect. Particularly it strengthens the nervous system, he says. Okay, come up. to a sitting position. So we'll come to another kind of triangular form, and this is the sitting twist. So you can bend your left leg in and take your right leg over the knee. If that's not possible, straighten out your left leg and still take the right foot over the knee. Either way. So the triangular form in the sitting twist, just to demonstrate, I'll demonstrate first so you can very clearly see this triangular form. We're going to hug one arm around the knee and take the other hand out to the side. And you can see that the triangle is, the tip of the triangle is here. And we've got one side with the arm, and the other side is formed by this arm and leg. Or the more advanced version is to bring the hand all the way over like that. You can choose which arm option you want to do. Take your hands around your right knee to begin with, and then straighten up through your back, all the way up to the top of the head. Let's just pause and let's perceive again this vertical line. Shoulders are relaxed. Take the arms up. Grow. And then twist to your right and make a big wide circle with your right arm round behind your back and stretch up through the left side. Keep growing, really have a good stretch. And then you can either come straight into the more advanced version of the twist, or if you prefer, you can just hug your arm around your knee, pressing your knee in towards you. It's an easier option. So whichever one you do, you're going to take a little bit of time to just pause and really feel the form of this triangular shape from the top of the head down through both diagonal sides of the triangle and the base along the ground. Can we observe this body as if it's an object? Straighten up again. Take the hands down. Let's change over to the other side. You can either straighten out your right leg or bend it in. Take the left leg over the right knee. Take hold of the knee with your hands and straighten up your back. Raise up your arms and lengthen. Twist to your left and make a big circle with your left hand coming down behind you. Stretch up through the right arm to really lengthen your side first to maximize the stretch. And then your hand comes either around your leg to hug that leg closely into your body, or if possible, you can even take it all the way over to the other side and take your foot onto your hand or that bent knee. Look over your left shoulder. And now we'll pause to once again really perceive the form. Base of the triangle on the ground. Vertical axis of the spine. Right up to the top of the head. And then the two diagonals formed by the two arms. breath flowing. Objective perception of the body. Straighten up again, take both arms up. And take the hands down. Let's come up to a standing position. And we'll finish with one more triangle. Lots of different kinds of triangular forms today. The triangle is a very clear form, so good for this theme of objective perception. We'll form a triangle with the legs now. Should be, if possible, an equilateral triangle. The feet are parallel. So that means the distance between your feet is the length of your leg. And imagine the tip of the triangle is here, actually, at your solar plexus. Now let's increase the height of that triangle. Let's take the fingertips together so that now the tip of the triangle is at the fingertips. Just picture that form from the fingertips down to the feet. Breath flowing, head relaxed. Take the hands down. Let's make another kind of form. Take just your left arm up and your right arm to the horizontal. Now we're making an L-shaped form with our arms. But let's imagine that those two sides of the L's are lengthening so that the fingers are gliding out into the space in both directions, a lengthening form. Lots of space. Change the arms around, right arm up, left arm out into the horizontal, and really grow lengthways into the room. The breath can expand. And take both arms down. Let's come into the actual triangle itself now. Take both arms up. In particular, we want to be aware that we're growing actively from the middle, from the solar plexus. Stretch up out of that region. Take your right arm to the horizontal, grow through the left side, and come far out, stretching outwards. Back to the middle. Change your arms around, lengthen upwards, stream outwards to the other side. Keep breathing and return again. Let's repeat a couple more times on each side so we can increase the stretch a bit more each time. The feet remain well grounded. Left side stretches. And we reach far over to the right, lengthening a bit further this time. Back to the middle. Free movement with the arms. Take the left arm down, grow through the right side and reach far outwards. Free breath. Back again to the middle. Wide-reaching movement. Right arm out, lengthening through the side, far outwards. Good active stretch. Free breath. Really expansive form back to the middle. Change the arms around. Lengthen through the right side and come far outwards. Back to the middle. Let's pause again in this triangular form. Once again, let's come to this objective observation of the form. Feet forming the base, the fingertips forming the point. Take the hands down. And then Come out forwards and let's make a long line outwards through the spine, from the base, from the sacrum, lengthening through the spine, through the arms, through to the fingertips, a really long, long line. Particularly the middle of the back can stretch as well. Relax down, swing up. And take your arms down. Once again, close your legs and just come back into this vertical line. Let's perceive that form as well. The feet are on the ground. Narrow line with the legs. Vertical line with the spine, right up to the top of the head. So our theme this morning has been objective, building an objective relationship to the form of the body, and how this has a very calming effect, but also a strengthening effect on the nervous system. Let's finish our session there.